What is YouTube back in another video? In today's video, man, I'm going over tips and tricks for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. But, quick disclaimer, I might sound a little different, and I know you guys are going to be like, bro, we hear everything in the background. What the fuck is that all about, bro? I got a new headset. I got a new Turtle Beach headset. Um, and the headset's great for sound canceling and for hearing things, but its mic picks up literally everything in the room. The cars outside, people downstairs talking. I don't know what type of mic this thing is using, bro. But honestly, bro, they need to be using this for telemarketers, bro. Because like, I swear to God, bro, you can pick up everything, you can hear everybody, you can hear everything everyone's saying. But we're gonna move past that. I just want to clarify that yes, I know it sounds like that. I'm gonna see if I can find ways to fix that. But with that being said, let's get into the video. Now, this is some old gameplay in the background. This is my last old gameplay, so you guys will be seeing new, fresh, brand new gameplay, especially with Borealis coming here in the next couple of days. I haven't saved any other gameplays recently. So, with that being said, let's get into this fucking thing already, bro. Alright, so, first off, some things you need to know that are basic about the game mode. First off, it's zombies. Round base is not here. It is a outbreak version of zombies. DMZ themed zombies mode. Okay, there's contracts on each on the map, and they stay different and they rotate every game. So like some areas will have more of one contract, some areas will have more of others, and then the next game it might flip or be completely different. There are vehicles that have low health. And there is wall guns, and there's also a mystery box. MW2 guns and MW3 guns are both in the mystery box, and also MW2 guns and MW3 guns are also all on the walls. Seems to be about half and half. So for every gun of MW3 wall you see, you'll see one of MW2 on the wall as well somewhere else. So there's different types of bosses: manglers, mimics, and disciples. There's a camo grind for the Borealis camo, and then for NW2 guns, there's a grind for Borealescent? Bioluminescent, that's the word I'm looking for, Jesus Christ. Now, those are just some basic things to understand about the mode, just so everyone understands we're on the same page. Now, let's get into some more finite details, like what each individual stuff does. So, like, let's talk about the field upgrades. So, Frost Blast is a blast of frost. And then you got Aether Shroud. Aether Shroud makes you go invisible for about 10 seconds from zombies. Then we have Frenzy Shield, or Frenzy Guard, I think is what they call it in the game. But it's basically just Frenzy Shield is what I like to call it. Because basically when you activate it, it gives you all of your shield back. And then all the zombies are attracted to you for a few seconds. Really good if you're going into tier 3 zones and you just need to pop a shield a little bit. You can just, throw your fist out, run with fist, pop the Frenzy, get your shield, and then, just let the Frenzy Guard just run out. And then you got the Shockwave. That's basically just your generic one. Everyone gets that. And then you have your Tesla. Tesla coils are kind of interesting. Something I wanted to use because I heard it was really overpowered in the pre-alpha. So the guys that played and YouTubers played at Infinity Ward. But I really wasn't feeling it in full game, to be honest. I think they nerfed it pretty hard since then because it doesn't feel super powerful. So those are your four basic field upgrades. We are getting more, but as those come out, I will make videos on those. Okay. So camos, camo grind's pretty simple. So for the 4 base challenges, each gun's kind of different. Every gun has one basic camo challenge called 250 kills with this weapon. Pretty basic. Some challenges are kills while crouching. Some kills are with weapon mods. Some are point blanks. Some are pack punch kills. Some are headshots. So it really just depends on the gun. But all the Bastion camos on NV3 guns are the same. 100 kills, exfil. You can complete the 100 kills in that game, in the same game you completed in a previous game. So if you complete, say, 200 headshots, by the time you're done that 200 headshots camo, you will have gold, so you can exfil. Okay. The plat equivalent is going to be just 300 pack-a-punch kills. So really, really, really simple. And then for the polyatomic equivalent, if you're wondering why I'm using this equivalency, because no one really remembers the camos names on this game, so I'm just using what they were in NW2. So most people have Orion over there, so they kind of understand that layout. For polyatomic equivalent, you have to get 10 special or elite kills. Now, it's really weird how it says special or elite because I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure, that all three of the bosses, so the mimics, mimics, the manglers, and the disciples, are all considered elites, not specials. I'm pretty sure dogs are considered specials, though, so I don't know why they don't count, but whatever. Then you have to get the polyatomic equivalent camo Serpentite for all the guns of the game for MW2 or MW3, sorry, and then you get the Borealis camo. Weapons. So you can spawn in zombies with one weapon of your own, depending on your story progression. So if you're far into the story, then you can have up to 3 guns to choose from, but you can still only spawn in with 2. Your insured slot guns, they are very priceful, really priceless if you lose them, so don't lose them. The first insured slot is 60 minutes. The second one, I believe, is an hour and a half, and the third one is, I believe, 2 hours to get your insured gun back. So if you don't lose those insured, man, don't lose them. 20 things in your contraband for guns, up to 10 things in your stash. So you have up to 10 perks, up to 10 pack-a-punch crystals, 10 upgrade tokens, 10 window weapons, all that type of stuff. Schematics. Let's go over schematics. Okay, so schematics are a form of upgrade that you can get from in-game and bring out of the game to then spawn in the game with the next game with all that stuff. Okay, so there you can get all the perks, you can get all the weapon mods, you can get all the upgraded slots, except for Pack-a-Punch 2 crystals and the tier 4, the orange upgrade. And then you can also get schematics for the wonder weapons for the ray gun and for the wonder waff. But the ray gun is the only one technically you can get in game. The wonder waff you do need to complete up to 3 to get, which is actually what I'm currently grinding for in the game. And then for the ray gun, you just have to complete a contract in tier 3, and you have a high chance of getting it, or relatively high. So that's schematics. Schematics for the wonder weapons have a 48-hour cooldown. Perks is about a 2-hour cooldown. For Pack-a-Punch crystals, upgrade that type of stuff. The more important upgrade stuff is going to be about, I believe, 3 hours long. So those are schematics. Let's go into some of the basic stuff about the game mode that you should know. Okay, first off, if you're going for camos, Escort is going to be the best. I know a lot of people say Outlast, but Escort is the best. You get about 150 kills and about 15 dogs, and then on top of that, you get about 3 to 6 manglers as well, depending on the zone you're in. If you're in tier zoo, you get more of everything. But if you're doing the quickest contracts to get completed if you're trying to level your armories up, it's going to be bounties. Do bounties, man. They're literally the quickest thing in the game, especially if you have Pack-a-Punch gun and you have a tier 3 or 2 gun, so like a rare or purple gun, then you will smoke tier 1 bounties easily. You'll fly through them, and they constantly respawn. If you're looking to grind out crystals or the blue wrenches or purple wrenches, go do tier 1 strongholds. It's gonna be your best bet, trust me. There's so many there to do. If you're trying to do story missions, there is a way to see story missions in game, so don't have to worry. You don't have to memorize them or anything. If you hit the big black button on your PlayStation controller or whatever the equivalency is out of to pull up your leaderboard or the map on your console or PC, you hit that button and then it'll be right there listed for you. Hit options to see your daily challenges as well as track your armory progress. Now, armory progress is also tracked freely, so it's no longer attached to how many daily contracts you have completed. You can complete 100,000 wins or contracts in multiplayer zombies, and you can have no daily contracts completed, so that's very, very, very cool. Now, vehicles have low health, I mentioned this earlier, but they also have low gas, so keep in mind when you're using vehicles to be careful when you're using them. Make sure you're refilling them continuously. I recommend it. There is a bike on the map that has basically infinite health, can drive on water, and it is super, super rare. If you find it, take good care of it. Don't lose it like I did, because that sucks. If you're grinding mercenary contracts, I recommend hitting the camps for the smaller contracts. So like if you're trying to do like some of the missions that require kills or mercenaries, hit the mercenary camps. And I recommend doing like the contracts, the the specific contracts that are mercenary. Do not do strongholds, in my opinion, unless you need to. They do not give good enough loot. Because most times if you're going into a tier stronghold, for a mercenary stronghold, you already have the gear you need that you're going to get from it. So, like, majority of the time it's a large backpack or 3 plate. Unless you're trying to go to, like, the Legacy Fortress, then obviously you need to hit at least one of the strongholds. Now, some other quick tips and tricks that I've learned over the time playing is if you were grinding for, if you're trying to go for fast kills and just move around the map, Speedy D, memorize locations of contracts. It really helps. So, like, a lot of times you can actually memorize where these bounties will be, where these strongholds will be, because they all kind of play on the same rotational basis. Especially if you're in tier 2 or 3, those contracts are pretty much dead, always spot on from the last contracts that you activated there. So, like the cargo delivery in tier 3 is always going to be the same spot. And when you accept the contract, it's going to be the same location. Right? So, keep that stuff memorized. When you're running around, make sure you're building your guns for a little bit of speed, but also good damage, just so you can zoom around the map a little bit more. Hit those headshots, hit those upper body shots for zombies. When you're focusing on the Mega Abomination, make sure you're shooting the little blue thing on his head. There's 3 little heads on the Abomination, shoot the whatever's blue. Basically, don't even waste your time shooting if it's not blue, because the damage output is not even going to be consistent if you're trying to shoot the body or something. If you're shooting Disciples, which shoot the heads continuously. Same thing for Manglers, shoot their heads continuously. If you see the Mangler arm spitting up and getting orange, shoot the arm, okay? For Mimics, just keep shooting the little big fat face they got, and you'll wipe them out. If you're grinding for Mimic kills, every stronghold in tier 1 will guarantee you at least one Mimic, but this is inconsistent, so sometimes it does bug out or just doesn't give you a Mimic. I had this really big issue when I was grinding for the Borealis camo that sometimes I just would go through a whole stronghold and not see a single Mimic. Sometimes all you have to do is shoot and walk on the outside. Sometimes you just shoot inside. Sometimes you gotta start shooting the cyst on the walls, and then other times you gotta beat the entire stronghold for him to spawn in. So it's really inconsistent, but you should be getting one pretty much every single stronghold. And sorry about my nose, boys. I'm kind of having allergies this morning, but. Those are some serious tips, I think, a lot of tips that we went over. So let's go over some kind of even more random stuff, I would say. It's more random than it is tips. So in strongholds, if you feel like you're like struggling a little bit, apparently I have not really tested this too much, but I have noticed to a little bit of a difference. But apparently PhD has a secret use that if you're running it in strongholds, you will not take damage anymore. I don't feel like this is actually accurate, but this is what I've heard. And I've seen sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Like, sometimes I have PhD and I'm just, like, dying. But for other things for strongholds, just keep in mind, if you're doing strongholds, the best strategy is to be quick. You'll learn the cyst locations very, very quickly when you're doing strongholds on a repetitive basis. I've done about 700 strongholds so far through my whole zombies time already. I do about 35 a game almost. So I'm speeding through strongholds. I'm hitting multiple strongholds every game. And you'll learn the cyst locations. But they like to sit in corners of each room. And then sometimes they'll throw 1 or 2 in the roofs or the floors in each room too. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes they hide behind lights too. So if you feel like you can't find it and you're like, bro, I'm going psychotic, I can't find it, bro. It's probably behind like a fucking light or something. Like, there's some buildings have construction lights, and they'll stick it right behind the construction light, and you won't even fucking see it unless you're like looking for it. So keep that in mind as well. Zombies will spawn more the more you shoot the cyst. So if you need a breather, you can shoot cyst, kill the zombies, take a few minute break, and then come back in and shoot more, and then the zombies respawn again. So do keep that in mind. You don't need to like shoot all of the cysts and then get overwhelmed with zombies if you can't handle it. I want to say they're not even strongholds. They're more like the infested pest buildings, the little small ones. Those ones aren't really worth looting, in my opinion, unless you absolutely need the loot. Like, if you're a low tier player, like you've got no 3 plate, no large bag, then go for it. But if you've got a large bag, 3 plate, and all that, just hit the strongholds, man. It's way better loot, and way more consistent when I loot, and they also have mimics. So if you're running on mimics, you're not going to get one of this pest buildings. Now, that's everything I got for you guys for zombies. If you think I'm missing anything, let me know down below. If you guys, oh, you know what? Actually, I did think of something. If you are exfilling, keep in mind you do get after the 45-minute timer, you do get an additional 15 minutes to exfil as the purple storm that's on the map. You can see it through the whole time begins to spread. Okay, so you do get an extra 15 minutes. So don't panic if that timer starts clicking down at like 30, 40 seconds, and you're like, oh my god, I got exfil and I'm not fucking across the map. You have time. Just make sure you see where that storm is first before you panic. Because you might end up not having to go anywhere actually. You might, the exfil might be already ended by the time that storm circles. You might have to wait until the last exfil. Just happens sometimes. Um, but with that being said, boys, that is all I have for you guys in this video. If you have any other tips or tricks for zombies, let them down below for other people to see. And I will be down there checking out, see if I maybe didn't see some of the tips. I've played a lot of zombies, and I have planning on playing a lot more because I'm going to be slightly grinding the Ultra Mastery and the NW2 camos over the next couple of weeks. And then obviously right now my main focus is Daisy and Interstellar camo for multiplayer, so I'm kind of focused on those two things. But I am, well, I've got over 141,000 kills on zombies, so I've played a decent amount of it, but there's not really a whole lot. This mode is really lenient on you being good at the game, or just having good point shoot physics. If you're good at pointing and shooting, then you'll be alright. Obviously the movement makes life a lot easier, but obviously not everyone's going to be the best with movement. So kind of just do whatever movement wise you want, and then just learn to point and shoot, and you'll do all right, man. You'll do all right. It's a good fun mode to play with your friends or play solo. If you're grinding camos, I recommend solo. But with that being said, guys, I love you guys. You're wonderful, kind, you're beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.